6 reasons why people are moving back to Park City, Utah. Last year, more than 1,000 families packed up their lives in California, Texas, and New York and moved here. The city itself has just over 8,000 people, but the greater Park City area, the basin included, is closer to 25,000, and that's where most of these buyers are actually landing. No ocean, no major airport in city limits, housing prices that would make most people wince. So why are they doing it? If you have ever typed, "Should I move to Park City?" into Google at 11 o'clock at night, this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through the 6 real reasons people are relocating here right now, and I'm going to be honest with you about the parts nobody puts in the brochure. Hey, I'm Lyn Shabri, and I help people move to and buy in Park City every single day. Not people who are just curious, people who are actually packing boxes. I am not here to sell you a fantasy. I live here. I have watched this town change over the last several years, and I have opinions about which changes are good and which ones buyers need to know about before they sign anything. If you are seriously considering Park City, or you are just trying to figure out why everyone seems to be talking about it lately, stick around, because by the end of this video, you will know exactly what is drawing people here and whether it makes sense for you too. And if you find this useful, do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who are asking the same questions you are. Come on, let's get into it. Reason 1, the lifestyle isn't seasonable anymore, and that's important. Here's the thing people get wrong about Park City before they visit. They think it's a ski town, full stop. Great in January, dead in July. And that has not been true for quite some time. And it is the #1 reason I hear from clients when I ask why they finally pulled the trigger. Winters here are what you'd expect. World-class skiing at Deer Valley and Park City Mountain, a downtown that feels like a Hallmark movie without trying too hard. But summer is where this town actually surprised me when I first moved here. There are mountain biking trails that pull riders from all over the country, hiking right off Main Street, and outdoor concerts all summer long at Deer Valley. Add in a myriad of events that bring a completely different energy to January, and you start to see the pattern. People aren't moving here just for the 4 months of the year anymore. They're moving here because there is genuinely something to do every single month, and that changes the entire calculation. You are not buying a vacation home you use twice a year. You're buying a life and a lifestyle. I had a family relocate from Austin last spring, and the husband told me something that has stuck with me. He said in Austin he'd plan a trip to go do something outdoors. Here, he just walks out the door, and that is the shift. Reason number 2, remote work rewired the map. This one isn't unique to Park City, but Park City happened to be perfectly positioned for it. When remote work became normal instead of the exception, a lot of people who used to be tied to San Francisco, LA, or New York for their job suddenly had a choice they had never had before. And a surprising number of them chose mountains over more cities. I've had clients close to homes here while keeping their jobs in Los Angeles, in Chicago, and Boston. They kind of fly back and forth for quarterly meetings, and the rest of the time they're working from a home office with a view of the ski runs instead of a parking lot. Park City has an advantage a lot of mountain towns don't have, and it's honestly an underrated reason people choose us over places like Jackson Hole or Aspen. We're only 35 minutes from Salt Lake City International Airport. That's huge. That's it, 35 minutes. You can be in meeting in New York by lunch. Try doing that for most ski towns in this country. So far, we've covered why the lifestyle here doesn't shut off after ski season, and why remote work opened the door for people who never thought a mountain town was realistic for them. But here's what I haven't told you yet. There's a reason locals like me are quietly a little protective of this town. There's a number that's going to surprise you about home values here, and there's one reason on this list that has nothing to do with skiing or scenery at all, and it might be the most important one on this entire video. Before I get into that, if you're seriously weighing a move here, I put together a full Park City relocation guide that covers all the neighborhoods and school zones, costs of living, and what to expect from the buying process as an out-of-state buyer. It's free. The link is right below this video, and honestly, it'll save you hours of Googling. Grab it and let's keep going. Reason number 3, the school district quietly became a draw. So this is one people don't expect, and it's usually the reason families with kids actually commit to Park City. Park City sits inside the Park City School District, and it has developed a reputation that extends well beyond Utah. Families relocating from larger metro areas are often stunned by the smaller class sizes and the level of awesome resources a district this size is able to offer. I'll be honest with you, this is where I have a real opinion as someone who lives here. A lot of buyers come to Park City fixated on the mountain and the skiing, and the school district kind of ends up being this pleasant surprise they didn't research going in. I always tell my clients with kids, do not treat the schools as an afterthought. For a lot of families, once they see the schools, that's what actually kind of closes the deal, not the view. Reason number 4, it still feels like a small town even as it grows. This is the balance Park City has managed better than most resort towns, and it's worth being straight with you about it. Park City has grown. Home prices have moved. According to Zillow research, the typical home value in Park City sits above $1.5 million. And depending on the month you're comparing to, that number has shifted meaningfully year over year as the market kind of rebalances after the run-up we saw a few years back. That's not a small town price tag anymore, and I'm not going to pretend it is, but here is what hasn't changed. Main Street still shuts down for a parade. People still know their neighbors, and the town has protected its historic core, even as new development pushes out towards kind of the Canyons Village and the Snyderville Basin. You get big city dining, a genuinely impressive arts and cultural scene thanks to events, and a town where you can still walk into a coffee shop and have the owner know your name and order. That combination is rare, and it's why people who move here from places like Aspen or Vail sometimes tell me Park City feels less pretentious. I won't say we're immune to growing pains because we're not, but the character has held up better than a lot of people expect. Reason number 5, not so important, but still worth knowing. Utah's broader economy has been quietly strong for years, and Park City benefits from being close to a growing tech and business corridor without actually being in the middle of it. Salt Lake City has become a legitimate tech hub, sometimes called the Silicon Slopes. That means more executives, more entrepreneurs, and more remote employees with real income looking for a home base within reach of the city, but out of the city. Park City ends up being the answer for a lot of them. You get proximity to opportunity without actually having to live inside it. Reason number 6, tying this all back to the hook. And this brings me to the real reason, the one that ties back to what I opened this video with. I told you people are moving here despite the housing prices, not because of them. So why would anybody do that? Because for the people who move here, Park City has become less about buying a house and more about buying stability in their life. According to Park City Area Market Report, covering the most recent full year of closed sales, the primary market area across Summit and Wasatch counties saw the median sales price for single-family homes rise into the high $1 million range, with sales volume climbing double digits year over year. That's a sign that demand has stayed resilient even as rates moved around. Condominium activity followed a similar pattern, with median prices climbing as buyers competed for a limited supply near the resorts. So here's my honest take as someone who has watched this market daily. This is not a speculative bubble town chasing quick flips. Buyers here tend to be people planning to stay 5, 10, 20 years. Between the geographic limits on construction, the protected open space around town, and sheer difficulty of building anything new close to the resorts, supply simply cannot expand the way it can in a flat city with endless land. The scarcity is uncomfortable if you're trying to buy right now. I'll admit that. But it's also exactly why people who bought here 5 years ago are so glad they didn't wait. So when people ask me if it's still a good time to buy in Park City, my answer isn't about prediction about where prices are headed next quarter. Honestly tell you that. My answer is this: people aren't moving here for a quick win. They're moving here because they've decided that this is where they want their life to actually happen, and the numbers have followed that decision, not the other way around. That's the real answer to the question I asked you at the very beginning. It was never really about the housing prices at all. So let's bring it all together. People are choosing Park City in 2026 because the lifestyle no longer shuts off when the ski season ends, because remote work combined with an airport only 35 minutes away made this move realistic, because the school district turned out to be a hidden win for families, and because the town has held onto its small town character, even while it grows, because the surrounding economy is genuinely strong, and because the people who commit here, this has become less of a purchase and more of a decision about how they want to live. None of that means Park City is right for everyone. It is a real financial commitment, and I'd rather you go in with clear eyes rather than a highlight reel. If you're weighing a move here, or you've got questions about a specific neighborhood, school zone, or what your budget can actually get you right now, please reach out to me directly. My contact info is in the description, and I answered these questions every single day, so don't feel like you're bothering me. That's genuinely what I'm here for. And if you haven't grabbed it yet, download my free Park City relocation guide using the links below. It walks through everything from neighborhoods to the buying process for out-of-state buyers, and it'll give you a real head start. If this video helped you, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one, because next up, I'm breaking down which Park City neighborhood actually fits your lifestyle, whether that's ski in, ski out, walkable Main Street, or a quieter family setup in the Basin. I'll see you in that one.